Hi, I'm Mary Louise, and today I'm going to teach you how to make custom t-shirts using heat transfer vinyl. I'll walk you through a beginner-friendly project and teach you some tips and tricks along the way on how I get my shirts to look exactly the way that I imagined. So grab a t-shirt and let's get started. So if you've never heard of heat transfer vinyl, I'll quickly explain what it is. Vinyl is the material that we'll be using on our shirts today, and heat transfer refers to how we apply that. Think of like an iron-on t-shirt. That's basically what we're making today. And the designs we're gonna make today are permanent. So once it's on the t-shirt, you can't really come off. And of course, to make a design, we have to pick a design. First, we'll open up Design Space, and I'm gonna go ahead and screen mirror my computer so that you can follow along. Design Space has preset workflows that get you from concept to creation much faster. For this video, we'll be using the Iron-On shirt workflow. Click on the Iron-On t-shirt and it'll pull up a prompt to select a t-shirt size. Today, I'm gonna be using a women's shirt in the size medium. And you'll see here that it will give you a suggested design area size, but you can change this at any point during your creation process. Once it's set, you're gonna click Create, and it'll give you a design area to work with. What I really like about the design flow is its simplicity. Anything that is in the design area is going to get cut, but anything that isn't is not. So I'm just gonna size it up here, and there you have it. That's my design. Once you land on the design, you're gonna go ahead and save. I like to save as. That way you can always refer back to it if you need to step aside. Next are tools. You're gonna need a machine mat, a trimmer, or a pair of scissors, whichever you prefer, a pressing mat, a weeder, and a sheet of heat-resistant paper. Today, I'm just gonna be using the Everyday Iron-On in the color wine. As you can see, the sheet is much wider than the machine mat, so I'm gonna need to cut this down. I always like to refer to how wide the machine mat is, so I'm gonna just go ahead and try to cut 8.5 inches or 21 centimeters. When applying the vinyl, you're going to want to put the shiny side face down on the machine mat. Might take a couple tries, but you got this. You're gonna also want to get the air bubbles out too. Now we're gonna head back into Design Space to finalize our design. Select your machine from the drop-down options. And once your design is set, you're gonna press Make. Design Space will ask how you want to load your materials. And today I'm gonna be using a mat, and I'll just press Confirm. One trick I like to do is press Command A, and that moves my entire design all as one segment. Because if you don't, you'll notice here that the words will move. So what I like to do is press Command A, and then it'll move the entire design as one. And once I have a design, I'm gonna press Continue and connect to the machine. Next, we're gonna set our base material. Today, I'm using Everyday Iron-On, so I'm gonna click Iron-On. And you'll notice that Design Space automatically mirrors for Iron-On and infusible ink, but you can always manually toggle this if you want to. You don't have to worry about getting your design flipped or having it on backwards. We all know that's a pain. Design Space is here to help you with that. You're gonna load the machine mat into the machine, and once it's aligned, you're gonna click Go, and it'll start cutting. To remove the vinyl from the mat, I actually like to flip the mat and bend the mat away from the design. This prevents any bends or creases into the design itself. I'm gonna look closely where my design is and actually cut off the excess vinyl to create a square around my design. Once I have my design in a nice rectangular or square shape, it's time to weed it out. I like to poke a hole in the corner, and that allows me to hook my weeder and just pull. I find weeding is all about momentum. So once you get one edge, just don't be afraid to pull away. Does anybody else feel like a sculptor whenever they weed? Because I do. And there you have it, your design. So once I have my design weeded out, it's time to press it onto our shirt. Today, I'm gonna be using the Cricut Easy Press. If you're unsure what temperature to set your Easy Press to, no worries. Cricut has a heat guide. From the homepage on Design Space, select the wave icon on the left. This will send you to Cricut.com where you can select your device, material, base, and hit apply. From there, Cricut.com will give you a step-by-step guide on application care. I'm using Everyday Iron-On, so I'm going to set it at 315 for 30 seconds. Now I'm gonna lay my t-shirt on the pressing mat. I like to use a lint roller to make sure that there is no excess debris. Then I'm actually going to fold my shirt in half. I like to use the collar lines to guide me to the center. And then I'm gonna use my mini press. I'm just going to iron out a crease in the middle, and I'll explain why I do this shortly. So then I'm gonna lay it flat back onto my pressing mat. And then I'm gonna take my design, and what I like to do is crease the top and the bottom, and I'll explain why later. And so the reason why I did a crease down the middle is because I'm trying to find the midline of the t-shirt so that I can align these creases and have a centered design. The midline will come out with irons and washes. I'm gonna put my parchment paper over my design and t-shirt to protect it. And then I'm gonna use my Easy Press and press firmly for 30 seconds. I'm gonna remove the parchment paper. It's really, really important for it to cool all the way down. I'm gonna slowly peel the liner off and make sure that I don't get any lifting on the edges of my design. To ensure that my design lasts, I actually like to flip it onto the other side, reapply that parchment paper, and press it in for another 10 seconds. And there you have it, a custom t-shirt. Thank you so much for watching this tutorial. If you found it helpful, give it a like and comment down below. What are some things you're excited to get crafting?